Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Insane Game Freak here to bring you Durarara Season 2, Part 3, Episode 7. Sharon. I'm gonna stop it being stupid. This episode, surprisingly, I guess I would say she's well focused, which is interesting. I love this because it's essentially an episode that shows how much I could take that last scene, the very last scene when he's walking up the stairs to go beat the shit out of his eye. I could take that scene in itself and compare it to him when he was first introduced back in season 1 and be like, this is the amount of character development he's changed. And it's funny because he's still doing the same thing. He's still going to go beat the shit out of Isaiah. But you can see how much he's changed just through his actions, the way he's doing it. The phone conversation fucking told it. It was like, his usual, like, Isaiah's going through his usual shtick. And she goes like, hey, Isaiah. Yeah? Bye. And that was cool. Because the whole premise of the episode is, first off, you got Nominee in the background losing his shit. Losing her shit. Because pretty much Elba comes upstairs like, alright, you need to tell me what my brother was talking to you about. He's like, man, I wish I had a brother. And it's like, you son of a bitch, don't you do this. Don't you derail this conversation. We both know that you and him were talking about something. I don't want you beating around the bush. I want you to tell me. And then he's like, oh, look, I'm going to log into the chat room. And Namine's like, Mikado, call me back. Like, and she's being a crazy bitch. And she's dot dropping, nigga. Who the fuck said you can run around dot dropping shit? Like, this bitch is like, your name is Mikado, you're leader of the dollars. And it's like, son, what are you doing? And of course, Mikado's being desperate in the chat because Mikado doesn't want her to dot drop and expose and to ruin that last place of sanctuary. Because let's be honest, if that chat room, if everything were to go to shit, I feel like they could still go into that chat room and kind of come to an understanding unofficially. Like that chat room is like the only safe haven, which has been completely ruined because Nominee is dropping dots in this motherfucker. Which, no, Nominee, you bitch, don't do that. We find out also Sheiji still passed the fuck out with Mika with him, so I find that interesting. I figured that was the case. She got bags under her eyes. She's freaking out. You need to fix it. You need to fix it. I wanted to work with you. We fix all this shit. You fucked me. You have fucked me, Kato. You have fucked me raw. You need to fix this shit. I'm dog dropping everything. And then, of course, the twins are like, I hope Aoba's okay. And Mikado's like, why the fuck is your name being mentioned? It's like, what is happening right now? So shit has just gotten continuously more complicated. And then the rest of the episode is a very interesting dialogue between Shizuo and Kujiri and Verona, and it's very, because we got some also slight stuff with Chikage and Masaomi talking about, oh, I want to keep honoring the dark. He goes, you don't underestimate women. Ironically enough, Ari has just caught Celti and on her way to his apartment where she will see all the destruction and retardedness that has happened. Because I guess her and Saki's conversation are finished. But the rest of this episode, and apparently Isaiah was going to take the karate girl to a person that she could vent out all her frustration on, which leads me to believe that my whole theory that the guy that Kujiri is working for or doing business with was probably the guy who's done something to her dojo, because she can't be talking about Shizuo unless maybe that's what the case was. Maybe, like, I knew Isaiah had fucked her in some way. But I don't know if it was her attraction to him or her attraction to Shizuo that he used for his benefit. The point is, she was fucked with somebody, and I'm banking it's more the business dude who fucked her on the dojo and shit. I feel like that's part of it, and probably Isaiah fucking her over in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, also. But to get into the Shizuo Kujiri conversation mixed with the Shizuo Verona conversation, it's amazing how he is still as reckless and crazy as ever, but like it's in such a different context that you can't really say it's the same person. Like, it doesn't feel like it's the same old Shizuo doing the same old shit. He's doing similar shit. He's just not like, it's not as reckless and insane. Now he's just like a calm, strong ass human, which to me is more dangerous than what he was before, which was just violent and very like reckless. He's still reckless. He's just not. He's not like insane reckless, I guess. There's no way to really properly explain it. Also, Kudri's interactions this entire episode lead me to believe that it's literally as she says. I don't think she holds any malice towards people, and she even is envious of the freedom that other characters around her have, like Celti and Shizuo and such. Like she wants what they have, but refuses just to walk away from the situation. She's just doing this as like she has no ill will towards these people. Also, she does say something very weird during the middle of the episode when her and the business dude are talking. She's like, they're like, oh well, I guess it wouldn't be a big deal if she lost her memories as a headless rider. And she's like, actually, that'd probably be more appealing to me if she did lose her memories as the headless rider. And he's like, why? He goes, because I don't really want to have a rival in love. My question was like, do you have a thing for Shinra? Is that what you're telling me? Like, I feel like she's always wanted this freedom, and I still don't get it, because it's like, it's obvious that she's very, like, detached from the situation. It's like, okay, it's just a business. There's no real true ill will here. It's just kind of like, this is business. That's all it is. There's no hate, nothing against you. It's just a fucking job. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. But you also said you prefer she lose her memories because you don't want to have a rival in love. Which then to me goes, so are you in love with Shinra? And if so, is that just because you want to have somebody you can be in love with all this freedom you have now? Or what? Like, it's confusing to me because there's no... Well, I guess it would kind of make sense considering Shinra's dad did have the original Psycho, which eventually made its way to Henri's mom. And since she's supposedly the original owner, that means at some point in time, she probably lost Psycho or gave... Actually, and we still don't even know about that. Did she give... Well, I guess she did, because I think when she was talking to Henri, it's implied that she intentionally broke it apart. Like, she wanted to spread Psycho's love, and I guess she just gave Shinra's dad the original Psycho. Or at least not the original Psycho, but one of the original Psychos she broke off. Because she just felt like spreading the love, quote unquote. And if that's the case, my question is that, so what? Did you become infatuated with Shinra when you met him when y'all were little? Like, I don't know, because it's very fucking confusing, because Shinra has never made any mention of Kudri. I don't even think he's aware of who Kudri is. So my question is, does that mean that Kudri at some point when trying to check up on the sword, saw Shinra and was like, oh, he's kind of cute, but obviously didn't do anything because she's had prior commitments. Also, how long has she been wrapped up in this shit? Also, what the fuck is her real name? Because remember, Kudri is not a real name. That's just the name I'm calling her, because that's the name she has. It's a very that character confuses me so much, but has me so motherfucking invested. It's a weird combination. It's like I want to know more, but I'm annoyed because she's actually one of the few characters I could say who's like being a bitch about things, but like I don't hate her. She's very in the middle, and I don't know what to do. And she keeps good. Every time she gives me an inch on one side, she gives me another inch on that side, and so shit just cancel out. So it's like, oh, I have a thing. I said, oh, I don't want to rival in love. You're in love with somebody? You're in love with Shinra? Is that what you're telling me? And then on the other hand, you just fucking trapped Celtic in a Psycho neck. And then we get to the Shizuo, and then even her random line when he was like, all right, let me go free Salty. She's like, you're the first person who's ever listened to me. And I'm like, what is wrong with this character? Like, this, I don't understand what's going on right now. Like, it's obviously you're not like a complete piece of shit, but you're doing dickish things, and it really doesn't, I don't see the point of it. If it's just a business, because she's still talking about giving her the Psycho and all that other shit. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do this. Like, I don't get it. It's like, you don't gotta do this. Why are you doing it? Like, it's literally gotten to that point where I'm like, you ain't gotta do it. You can put the shit down and walk the fuck away, and you're like super casual about it, so you don't have any true like connection and shit. Walk the fuck away. And also, nice Shizuo self-development moment where Shizuo kind of just talks about how good of a friend Salty has been to him, so he kind of wants to repay the favor. And then the Verona thing, which is the whole I'm in love with you, but I don't realize I'm in love with you. So I'm going to go back to the thing that kind of started the love thing, which was the I want to kill you. And she was like, oh, well, if I'm going to do the killing thing, I don't want to do it in this situation. I want to do it where we are completely loose. It's also interesting enough because Shizuo openly admits, it's like, I'm aware of all of it. That you're the one who you're the one who stabbed me. Did he stab or shoot him? I think he did. I think she did both. Stab, shoot him, stole the head, all that other shit. Like he's aware that was her because she did a terrible job of hiding it. Well, at least the second one. The first one, not as much. Shizuo isn't that dumb. He's just reckless. That's the problem. And it's just kind of an understandable thing where he's like, look, I'm not gonna hurt her. All right. He's like, don't point the gun at me. Like it was such a casual situation. Like I don't even know if he expected to get shot, but it's kind of obvious that she wasn't gonna shoot him because it's like, come on. Because she's still caught in her fucking feelings. She doesn't realize what her feelings are. But that's really what it boils down to. It's like, Verona's in her feelings, but doesn't recognize that those are feelings. Same thing with Henri. It's like, Henri's in her feelings, but doesn't recognize that those are her feelings. Like, so it's interesting. Also, I guess, side note, one other thing to mention. Kotaka has ran away from the hospital. He's awake, he's conscious, he's fine, and he has run away from the hospital and is now just on the night, just out. The nigga's just out, and he shouldn't be out, but he's out. And it's like, wonder where he's going. Since we haven't actually visibly seen him, it's all been like in the background. It's like Erica calls. Oh, Kotaka's ran away. But like we haven't seen him visibly in like, I don't know how many episodes. And I don't think we've seen all this part. Like, all this part 3, we haven't seen him at all. Last time we saw him was in part 2, so I'm like, why do y'all, like, not want to show him at all? I mean, Durarara's a series that kind of, its bread and butter is showing random events as they happen. And it's like, look at the shit that's going on in Ikebukuro and all these different factions. So I'm interested why they haven't shown Kotaka at all. Otherwise, good episode. Like, I really enjoyed, I like the subtle changes in Shizuo's character. I like how he's kind of quote-unquote matured in a way. I love how Mikado was playing coy with Aoba. It's like, oh, because it's obvious Mikado didn't want to tell him, which is why he didn't. And they just happened to get derailed by Namine's screaming rant in the chat where she's essentially ruining the anonymity because she's dropping dots like a crazy bitch. Which probably, I'm curious to see if that's even going to lead into anything. Like, is he just going to walk away from that and ignore? Or is he going to, like, openly... Or is he going to accept her proposal or go see her? I'm not totally sure which. And then we had the Celtic situation, which we know the next episode takes place the same night. Because at the end of the preview, I saw someone picking Celtic's head up it's either Shinra or Shinra's dad. Both of which would be viable answers. I'm more inclined to think it's Shinra, and I'm curious, and I kind of hope it is, because that might help explain the love thing that, like, the love rival thing that fucking Kujiri has gone across. And maybe that makes sense. I mean, think about it. She's possessed him with Saika. Although, for whatever reason, he had no reason to kiss her. I mean, my first thought was that he kissed Shinra originally to catch him off guard, but really, he could have just stabbed her with Saika. Like, the kiss served no purpose. You could have just used Saika. It wouldn't have been a big deal. Because, I mean, Celtic had, like, such a delayed reaction. It didn't fucking matter. So I'm curious how much truth there is to this love rival, and if it's just that she wants, like, a fake, artificial Saika love, or does she really genuinely love him? I can't tell which. So, I'm looking forward to next week. Things have just kind of gotten consistently better and better and better and better. So, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. This has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later, because Fates is calling my name. Ooh, no. Bing. Peace out.